he was obviously going to be one of the favourites for the awards with the amount of goals he's scored, and you know he certainly deserves his awards tonight. He's had a fantastic season. I don't think anyone, including himself really, he might have told you different, but could have expected to score the amount of goals that he has. He did say that he'd score 20 plus when he signed, and when we spoke on the phone, he said he'd get the goals that would hopefully get us promoted. He's gone some way to doing that. Still some big games ahead that hopefully he can get them important goals. But he's, like I say, on a personal level, particularly from where he's been, and you know, who knows what the future holds. But I think he's seen the benefit of being somewhere where he's played a position I think that he'd agree he needs to play to get the best out of him, and in a certain system. But at the same time, I'm sure again he'd be the first to appreciate the service he's had, the amount of chances that we've created, and he's enjoyed his football.
It's a very good night, very proud night as well. You know, to be voted Player of the Year by a number of people is a very big honour for me, and you know, I can't thank the lads that are involved in the squad enough, because if it wasn't for them I wouldn't be here. And the same goes to the staff and the manager and the rest of the staff. You know, it's complete joint effort from everyone, and it's all those awards are for the lads as well. It was just it's been a dream season for me, but it's not finished yet. Have a number of goals I still want to hit. Most notably, want to get promoted and you know, do the double, and that's the most important thing. But promotion is the big thing at the minute. So the next 2 weeks are going to be massive for myself and the club.
You hope, obviously, some of your signings are going to have a real impact, and in Podge's case, it certainly has. But initially, you know, even through pre-season, you know, was I going to start him, and maybe some injuries and things like that strengthened his case to start. But at the same time, what did happen through pre-season is he'd started to score his goals already. And when someone is scoring goals at the rate that he was and has done generally, it's difficult to leave them out. Now, there's been 1 or 2 occasions where I've done that for, you know, various reasons. But the other day when he was left out, you know, he came back with a fantastic response. He's very confident in his own ability and believes he'll score. He's shown a good attitude, you know, very level-headed, listens. I think tried to take on both things that I've asked of him. But you know, some signings work better than others. You know, some are success when you're not quite sure, and others maybe that you really have high hopes for don't quite have the impact. But in Podge's case, I don't think, you know, with the best will in the world, anyone could have envisaged that he'd score the goals that he has.
Yeah, thought I'd leave it a couple of days just to put pressure on people that were you know, doing the plaques for the awards. So yeah, very pleasing. The minute I struck the ball, I knew it was in, and that's probably the most pleasing aspect of it all. When you hit the ball as sweetly as I did that day, you know, time slows things down, and you know, I just knew it was in straight away, and had that little couple of seconds. It felt like a couple of seconds anyway. It was only a split second, but that couple of seconds, I felt like just to watch the ball hit the back of the net, and just well, like I said, none of these mean anything unless we get promoted. I've said that from day one. I happily sacrifice personal glory for us to be promoted, and if I had to give all those away for us to be promoted, I'd happily do that, and I'd happily give every one of my goals away as well for promotion. So, like I said, it's a big 2 weeks for us, 2.5 weeks, and hopefully it'll end with very happy faces and a second trip to Wembley where we can all really celebrate.
I think very quickly from seeing him and my thoughts in terms of how we played generally was certainly to have him as a striker, with the, you know, perhaps the option of playing him in a wider area. But again, once he'd been in and we'd seen him you know, on a daily basis and seeing what I believe are his strengths. Realistically, it was going to be in that central role. You know, all I would say is hope we're not in this position, but if we're really chasing a game, it might be that he can just move, you know, slightly off centre to try and nick a goal, because, you know, when you've scored that amount of goals, you want him on the pitch if you need it, and you know, that's something, like I say, I hope we don't get to that point, but maybe something to consider.
We'll see what happens. There's a lot of things that can happen between now and the end of the season. Even though it is only 2 weeks, there's an awful lot that can happen, and look, we'll just take everything as it comes. But what I will say is I've enjoyed this season the most I've ever enjoyed anything in football. I think you know, when things are going well, it's very easy to enjoy it all. But even off the pitch with the lads, it's a great bunch of lads. It's a good set of staff, the manager, the rest of the staff that works, even everyone involved in the club, even yourself. You know, it's great to work with you all every day, and you know, I've really enjoyed this year. It's vibrating like mad in my pocket at the minute. You know, just friends and family and stuff like that, and they're all just saying when you're clogging up Twitter and all that, you're annoying us, just leave us alone. So yeah, no, but it's a lovely feeling. It's one, like I said at the beginning, I never thought I'd have imagined at the start of the season, but yeah, it is a fantastic feeling, and I hope there's many more feelings like this to come. And like I said, the big thing at the end of the year is the 15th of May, I think it is. You know, we've 2 big games before then. Obviously we've 3 big games because we've the weekend as well, but 2 big games in the semi-finals to get there, and you know, hopefully it is going to be a successful season for everyone, and everyone will be celebrating come the end of it.
You know, we've got a lot to look forward to, and that's going to be upon us very quickly. But at the same time, we can't be, you know, we're at least 8 days, if not 9 days away from us next game, in terms of the playoffs, that is. Of course, we've got Saturday to come, but in that real, you know, when it really matters, we can't get uptight about that now, otherwise there'll be no energy left, no enthusiasm left ahead of that. So tonight, I think, is a time to reflect on the season to date, but because of how the lads have performed over the course of 45 league games today and the cup games we've had, we've got a lot to look forward to, and you know, that's the fans as well. And you know, who knows what's going to happen? You know, I can't sit here and say we're going to do the double. That's the aim. If we turn up and put on performances like I know we can, I think we give ourselves a great chance. That said, I don't think much could have gone any better than it did last season in terms of the playoffs. But other reasons sometimes get in the way, and I think we all know what we're talking about. You know, all I'm hopeful for is that we can put on good performances, and like I said, if we do that, we at least give ourselves you know, a really good chance of achieving what we want to.